really interesting, strange place. That was a military fort, much like you would see with Oppenheimer, where I'm pretty sure they did atomic testing. So it's always a wait a little while for somebody to get in the chat. Hopefully they'll be able to have a little more info. There's been no reception for miles around, except for here, probably because there's some sort of structure that the military put in place. But it's a fascinating, and I didn't know this existed. I was just driving by on the way back. This is in Gallup, so it's not too rural. This is about 10 minutes outside of Gallup. Gallup has about 20,000 people. First, hello, what up? Hey, we're exploring an abandoned town in New Mexico that was used for atomic testing and has since been abandoned, and you could just go inside the home. So this is all World War II, and post-World War II, they all moved out. But if you think of the towns in Oppenheimer and stuff like that, I don't know where Oppenheimer's was, but there are a bunch of little towns like this in New Mexico. So it's a fascinating area to explore. The dog is interested in it because there's a lot of rubble here. Hey, is this your house? It's the only house I could afford, eh? I don't even think I could afford that. It's an Airbnb. No, I'm kidding. We're exploring an abandoned town that was started for, I believe, atomic testing in World War II and has since been untouched. So you could call it a fort. They call it a fort, but it's really more of a town. I guess a little mix of both. Because, you think of a military fort like the practical forts that they built in the Civil War and in the Revolutionary War. You don't really think of a fort in World War II, but this is technically considered a fort. And it's a fascinating thing. You can just walk right in. I didn't see any signs. I'm always nervous about that, but I didn't see any signs saying don't come in. So... is it radioactive? It might be. It looks like you're walking through Chernobyl. Yeah, it's not that different than Chernobyl because this is where a lot of atom bomb nuclear testing went off. So it's kind of the American Chernobyl, although the difference is nobody got hurt by any of the bombs. Although with the radioactivity long term, of course, that's a very different conversation. But at least with this one, it didn't accidentally blow up, but there were a lot of bombs being blown up here. So you could see these big military headquarters buildings. And it's cool. You can just really walk right on here. I'm gonna clean the screen because it's kind of cool stuff to check out, and we'll even try to go inside a little bit. Heck yeah! I'm glad you're liking it, Bob Cox. It's cool, isn't it? Dog just wants to go, but we got a lot to explore. And it's the most random thing. I didn't even know this was here, but I saw all these abandoned buildings heading to the hiking trail. So we went out for a little hike before. I figured, well, if there's reception, this would be a cool place to check out. So as you can see, this is probably a military headquarters building. Dog loves abandoned places. Probably it's like the jungle gym for him. So he's having a good time. Probably decent metal detecting there, I bet. But they can detect whatever. It goes on for quite a while, though. And we could even take a look if we'd like. I don't think I'm the first person to venture here. But I guess all of these are little mini apartments, I suppose. And you really can make yourself at home here. Let's see if I can get the light on. Martin, I believe I'm east of Gallup. So yeah, I guess this would be White Sands, right? Let's hope the stairs don't fall from under. Give me 1 be occupied. You never know. If it is, then they are welcome to their scene. Nice view. But no, it looks like a hospital-like thing with these double doors. Little time capsule, yeah. Massive. Sink. Doc will protect me, I hope so. Another big empty room. Radiator. Hopefully we don't fall through again. It's a little unnerving, but we're having a good time. Rise eyes, 426. You could probably, well, the dog can go up here. That's boarded up. We could go out and check out some more buildings. Little time capsule. It is indeed. I don't think much has been changed at all. And it's interesting when they just leave the stuff here. You think they do something with it, but guess not. There's an old gymnasium. It says gymnasium. Even he's scared to go. It's all right, man. Hey, Panho, nice to have you. Hey, come. Yeah, ghost towns are cool. Yeah, I've been to a bunch of them. I know where they all are. We're going to see a lot when I get to Kansas, too. So this is cool. This is the old gymnasium. And I guess we could go inside. It could be the ghost because I keep going out. Why? And we just lost 20 people. Oh well. We'll stay. And we just lost 20 people. Oh well. We'll stay outside. Outside. Loading. Chicana says those pixels aren't centered spray body parts. I wish. Dang, you guys see that fit Aaron through earlier? No. I missed that. Let me know. I'll check out the video. Old fire hydrant. Question: he taken into custody when he appears on the 3rd? No, because I don't think he'll actually appear. That would be my guess. But interesting. The setting is beautiful. I see people kind of enjoying it. I mean, it's pure desert. But it's just down the road from Cibola National Forest, which is a lot more lush. It'd be cool if Dodge hooked up with Natalie and really became a dynamic duo. You mean, yeah, that cool. So this is interesting. Some more abandoned buildings. It was really like a whole commune. Now I had a hard time getting TRs in with Aaron too. I don't know what that's a reference to, but okay. Duly noted. Hopefully I don't lose reception if I get inside. If I do, I will get outside. But some of these are pretty cool to look at. So this has like tiled floors. Huh. Might lose reception. Don't leave me if I do. Kitchen. Have you peed here yet? Not yet. No, that isn't street art. What is? Hey, Johnny, how you doing? I guess people live like this reminds you of the Sea Org, dude. This is how the Sea Org lives. Schoolroom, school chairs, and a mattress. Yeah, I don't know if this is an abandoned bunker or the Sea Org currently is located. Hard to tell. Less mold on the walls there, though. Yeah. Ha! Did I get a new place? Yeah. It's a good deal, isn't it? I found it on Zillow. This is New York City, paying $3,000 a month. I know, this is weird, isn't it? Bree should leave too. Most months she does better than Aaron. Yeah, everybody's making good progress. Love how Nate is taking inventory. Yes, he's fascinated. He is. He loves like shit on the grounds and sniffing stuff, and he loves abandoned cities, abandoned towns. He's been to abandoned cities too. I would say West Virginia is like an abandoned city. So this is all school, all education. You see, they probably used to plant some trees here that are kind of withering in its own way. The dog's just happy to be able to go inside places because usually he walks so much he doesn't get to go inside that many places. Sometimes he gets to go inside places, but not always. He would have loved Detroit 10 years ago, I bet. Probably still. Yeah, I'd like to explore. I was in Detroit 10 years ago, and you're right. Everything is. I went to Belle Isle, which was a lot of fun. Beautiful area there. Took a swim. But yeah, the neighborhood around it was wild. This is cool. Somebody drew a penis. Very creative. I wonder if Cali Boy was here. Woohoo! Cool. If I were there, he'd have his face right next to that drawing. Huh. Amen. See with the documents, we can pinpoint the exact year. So I'm wrong about that. This is interesting. So this is last year in 2000, use in 2002. So this is interesting. So it was originally a fort in World War II for atomic testing. And then what this school was a brainwashing school, if you will, a school for natives, which I would be pretty easy to deduce. I hereby give permission for persons listed, so this is boarding school, below, to take my child out of Wingate Elementary for weekends, holidays, and other occasions approved by the school. It's understood that the principal or person in charge of the children may decline, Jesus, to permit my child to leave the school grounds if, in their opinion, it is the best interest and safety of the school is not being served. 2001. So these were the really what this got converted to was the really traumatizing boarding brainwashing schools led by the United States Department of Interior. So keep in mind, guys, as recently as probably 2001, I have to look at the date on this one. This was in 2000. As recently as 2001, the government had control over these really punitive schools, and they're like the therapeutic boarding schools. They're not actually that different. They were actually kind of served as an initial model that the therapeutic boarding schools would be based on. So these are the worst of the worst. And what's fascinating here is we get this confirmation that the government, again, as recently as the 2000s, this wasn't the 1970s, 1960s, endorsed this. So it's fascinating the things you learn when you just look at a little document. And of course, second incident in 3 school days. I've asked. These are all the punishments of everything. The following students were throwing trash chairs, tables. I'd be pissed too. In different wings. They were not listening to staff, hiding in the cabinets under the beds. It's too bad they have to sleep here. Climb rails on the floor. Wow. So this is what this was. Dog's right here. Just give me a minute. And then all these little parent guardian, all these permission slips, parent guardian permission slips. So that's why it got left in a hurry. My guess is the government probably just shut it down eventually, although they were the ones to originally fund and endorse it. What town is this? Wingate. It's called Fort Wingate. We're near Gallup. We're very close to Gallup, New Mexico. Very close. We're probably 10 minutes. That's why I'm amazed all of this is here, because Gallup is a real city of, that's probably why I have some reception right now, because Gallup is a real city of, I think, 20,000 people. So that's a real city. So it's fascinating that this is all still standing, because it's not even rural. It's not real. I mean, I guess it's rural New Mexico, right? Because if the biggest city is 20,000 people, but it's, you know, in the hub of, in the center of it all. But it's fascinating, and this Gallup is a nifty place. I had some Navajo tacos yesterday, really good food. But it's one of the few cities being over 10,000 people, one of the few cities that has a majority indigenous population, which is really kind of interesting to me. Because you see that a lot in Canada in these smaller towns and way up north, but you don't see that in the U.S. that much. So it's interesting with the fry bread and everything. I felt like I was back in Canada. So here's some more living quarters. You could see first how they lived in World War II when it was kids of scientists and stuff like that. And then subsequently how they lived as recently as the early 2000s. So this must have been another one of the dormitories. Cabinets. Wonder if you could open this door. I mean, it's amazing how many kids must have had to be in here. Pride in our traditions. To the Navajo, K means with whom I am related, with reciprocal care and concern for relatives, as things they should be. Ultimately, Ke, is recognized by kinship and clan. Navajos can determine their relationship to any other Navajos by the term selected to address him, her, and that she wants to be addressed. All the while, they were being torn apart from their parents. So you can see them give lip service. This goes on and on. You can see them give lip service to say they want to respect and uphold their culture. But then they separate the kids forcibly. I mean, you saw that permission slip and how restrictive it is to even get out of school for the weekends, right? So this is how they all lived. Not the most spacious. One big room. I mean, it's amazing that none of this has really been taken out. He's fixing to take a nap. So you could see that cupboards. They'd have cupboards for their clothes. He probably had a uniform. And again, I'm not the first person to venture here. I must say the accessibility is nice. It says sunset, all the cultish terms, sunrise. And it goes on. And now we've walked in a circle. We're walked in a square about. You could see some old chairs. chewy granola. You could even see the computers that they used to use. So this is very indicative that it must have been early 2000s. Dell computers. And then they all ran out. I should look into the history of this place, although I just kind of went live and decided to go for it. I get so scared if I lose a dog. I'm like, oh shit. Somebody made a beautiful model. And more dorms. I think we already went here, right? No, this is different. God, this is really big. Somebody's drinking some Jim Beam. Cool. Ooh, be careful, Bubs. Be careful. Is that a dorm? Yeah, so this is the dorm. You guys are really talking. I'm just too interested in this. I'm kind of, narrating that, but I'll look into the chat and join you in your Aaron conversations. And looks like we see the light. This is the bathroom. Just about the water. Learn to read. Well, if they're learning to read, they can't read it. That ain't nice. Old projector. Cool. So as you can see, all the materials that they were using. Inspirational poster. And this is towards the edge of it. But these buildings just kind of go on and on. I mean, it could take me hours to explore all this. It's quite something. It's probably, this or Welch, West Virginia are probably the largest ghost abandoned structure areas that I've seen. Cairo, Illinois is like that too. Cairo's got that vibe. So there are a few of them, but this is in the top 3, and I must have been to probably 20 abandoned towns, abandoned places, or whatnot. So I wonder if we could enter through the side here. It doesn't look like it. Dog's catching up. He didn't really want to go for much of a hike today, but he's liking that. So we could go inside here. So we already go inside here? I can't remember. I'm late. What is this place? This is what was a fort for World War II at first. They did atomic testing. And then after that, it was a native indigenous boarding school, kind of morally bankrupt, brainwashing boarding school. And the place goes on and on. And that's what I could deduce. I originally thought it was just, kind of like an Oppenheimer, just the World War II atomic stuff. But then I took a picture in Google Maps, so this place gets expansive. Go outside, yeah. What was done to Native children was so evil. Yes, very much so. And it's a precursor. The internment camps were precursors, right? There's a lot of shame in this country's history. There's another building that says administration building, so that was probably, as we could gather, the administration building. Probably take a little peek in there. But I wonder how many it must have been at least 1,000 people in here. It's like a college dorm, if not even a little bigger. College campus, even. That's what I meant. No hook to the door, so I probably can't open this one, but I could certainly try. Your sounds and picture are a bit off. I bet. Yeah, the reception's very bad. I don't know if you guys can see me at all now. Can't open this. Apologies if you can't see me that much. Sorry, guys. I gotta pee. Please in advance. Sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go. But at least you get a nice view while I'm peeing, and maybe some of you will get off on that. I don't know. Oh, and I just lost 20 people just doing that. Apologies, guys. Sometimes it's what you must do. But we're almost done. Don't worry. I'll look at the chat. I haven't looked at the chat in a while. Okay, and we're good. We're good to go. Amazing, you lose 20 people when you announce you're about to go pee. I thought they'd be turned on. Oh well. Subscribe my OnlyFans, I got red pubes. Subscribe my OnlyFans, I got red pubes. 12 cents per half pube. Let's go on some of these in these brick things. Glad somebody enjoyed it. Did they try the video, Amy? Because that's imagine they could just share the links. Sound of pictures off. Dog is now atomic dog. Atomic dog. Hey, you want to go this way? He ain't moving. That's all right. Now he's moving. Don't worry, we'll go back yonder. These look like, I don't know, I guess little living quarters. Yeah, Bob, I figured. Hopefully you could, I have better reception now. Let me take a picture. I'm just leaving this. Okay, thank you. I mean, I'm going to screenshot this too. Dogs had profile pics. This would be it. Oh. Okay. Well, I'll let you bicker amongst yourselves. Ow. It's a little prickly here. But the view is pretty nice. I mean, it would kill me in the summer. Well, doesn't get that hot here because this is only mid-September. It's about 70 degrees. So the dog is happy. It's not too hot for him, which he's nice. He's happy to leave the hot weather. Ow, frick! I got something on my ankle. I'm good. I took it off. Prickly thing. So we're coming up on a sidewalk, which is interesting. Not much of an actual sidewalk has been preserved, but it looks like this one is. You probably can't see too well because of the glare of the sun, but we'll get you a better view here. So this is cool. This is still the sidewalk that's preserved. And the sidewalk, of course, going up to this big complex. That's probably a gym or something. Oh no, we saw the gym, just probably more school stuff. It's a fascinating little thing. You see that already? I think we did. Rattlesnake Fest. I bet there's a lot of rattlesnakes here. You gotta be careful. And a lot of cow dung. I guess there's a fair amount of cow shit here. I guess cows wander over. Because I saw a bunch only about half a mile away. So it's farmland now. At this point. Well, I want to go to that really big building that we just missed last time. Over yonder there. Hopefully I maintain some good reception. Well now, so we've seen most of it. Well, we could walk. I'm trying to figure out what direction to walk. We could start there. Which way? We can go this way. Yeah, let's go this way. That's fine. So I think he wants to head back towards the car because he had a nice little half-hour walk, although we were already hiking for about an hour today. So he's feeling a little more low-key because we were intense the last 3 days. We slept in late today. Probably woke up at 1. But I think the coolest part is that building up ahead to the left. So I definitely want to see that. And maybe we'll take another peek at all of this back here. Hello, Dodge. Hey, Sandy Hill. Nice to have you. I'll read all. Is this Kansas? No, this is just New Mexico. I'm taking my sweet-ass time. I mean, you could say it's a road trip, or it's like, but it's like I'm 3 nights in Gallup. No, it's a sheep show. And then tomorrow I head out for Durango, Colorado. So I'm slowly, but I'm flying out from from here to Durango, and then there'll be somewhere in between Durango and Denver, just to make the driving super light for the dog. The dog is fine for long, hard trips. He gets a little annoyed if it's over 3.5 hours, but it'll be 3 hours to Durango and probably just an hour and a half for the next place. But we could also go to the right. But we saw mostly what we want to see. I'm always nervous about getting my car towed. That's like, ooh, that's a big thing. Sorry for derailing your chat, Dodge. That's okay. Please forgive me. I'll do my own errand stream soon enough. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to... I mean, look, Louis Repetto should be noted. I'm not going to go out of my way to insult the dude. But you're fine. You can talk about whatever you want. I'll get into the chat as soon as it dies down. But right now, all this is interesting. God, talk about a stunning view. Maybe look at... So it's interesting they have these front houses. They're obviously a lot more... Oh, that was the building I wanted to see. This... Hey, come here. I want to do one more thing. This was the house I wanted to see right back here. This is the structure. This is what we didn't see last time. Macabre nature. Hey, Adam. Nice to have you. Cool, right? And then we'll get to the car. I know the dog probably wants... I got some water in the car, too. So I know the dog probably wants some water. But I'm fascinated as to what the heck this thing is up ahead. This is worth coming back to at some point, just making like a separate YouTube video. Yeah, Sandy, I'll address that. Sandy said, do you already see and talk about Zit's mod using your name as a donation? I saw it, which pissed me off. I mean, don't fuck with my money. You mess with my money, you really mess with me. So don't ever try to do that again. I mean, I put the link up for a second because I thought Henry's case was going to be like next week, and it's not. So I don't need to raise anything at this point. Although super chats are always welcome. But I don't really need to raise anything. So I took it down, but before that, he used it. But I'm not making a fundraising push anyway, so it wouldn't make much sense. Keep lying to you guys, but there ain't a whole lot I could do in terms of reception. We lost everybody. I figured we would. Thanks. All right, well, we'll take one last loop around the building, and then I'll look at the chat. Lost views is a bummer when he gets back. Yeah, I know. I figured I'd lose a bunch of views. And I've warned people the reception's going to go in and out, but that's okay. Some people don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be patient either, so I get it. Yeah, now I'm only at 15. But that's good because I think the dog wants to wind down and my phone's dying. And I think we saw most of this. Although, hey, now we're at about 28, so we got a bunch of our viewers back. I think we'll be able to hold on to reception now at this point. Interesting structures, some sort of pathway. He's a little nervous to go through it. You don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah, good. But it's also nice to kind of see the general view of everything, too. Oh, almost tripped. I keep tripping on these shrubs. Just way cool. Everything about this moment right now. It's like weird atomic Oppenheimer brainwashing shit with a beautiful sunset. It's just starting to set with beautiful scenery, with beautiful canyons in the background, beautiful shrubbery. It's pretty cool. This is why I love to travel, honestly. The random stuff you see. And I saw all of this out of the corner of my eye. And I'm like, all right, I have to check it out. Now I only hope my car is still there. But we'll see. Is this where they did the testing? Yes, it is where they did the testing. And if you could believe it, despite the contaminated ground, they converted it into a brainwashing Native American school. And that seemed to have been standing as recently as about 2001. It looks like probably 2001, 2002, all the bags were packed, and that was it. But it was run by the Department of the Interior, which is responsible for indigenous people. So they were pretty complicit. And you could see by the documents, it all says stamped by the U.S. Department of Interior. So, thank you, Bush. Thank you, Clinton. It's pretty bad legacy on their record, if you ask me. Nevada? No. New Mexico? Not far from Nevada, though. Not far at all. This is towards the exit, so I think the dog is going towards the exit. But now we got 50 people, which makes sense because I have good reception. And my car is still here. Good. I'm always nervous. Is somebody going to tow my car? Some shit going to go down. So outside of this whole thing is a relatively residential area, as you can see by the houses in the distance. Obviously, I believe this is a Navajo reservation. The Navajos are the Diné's, which is another term. Apparently, some like to be called Navajo, and some like to be called the Diné's. So, beautiful culture, beautiful history here. Of course, they all got moved out here, forced out here by Andrew Jackson and a Trail of Tears. So it wasn't like New Mexico was their native land. That was probably more in the east, Florida, where I'm from, New York, Massachusetts. All the names, Massachusetts, Manhattan, are all tribal names. Thanks, Dodge. For what, Debbie? Oh, for answering your question. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for your interest. But boy, you can just fall asleep under this. So I feel bad. I want to cover every single court case, but sometimes it's hard to miss views like this. And all day spending outside. Good weather, so the dog. We're on a quest. I'm on a quest for the dog to lose weight, so this is a good experience for him. We had a nice 30, 35-minute walk around, in addition to about a 2-hour hike, so he had a good day. He'll probably be nice and sleepy tonight. Either you kept your mouth shut. What? Oh, yeah. Either you kept your mouth shut or they put you in an asylum, education camp like this. If you kept telling the truth. Lobotomy. Yeah. They're very similar. It's the same structure. It's the same format. It's the same template as the former insane asylums of yesteryear, right? It's the living situation is the same. The tiles on the ground, the material of the buildings, how the light should be projected, the amount of lights, the amount of beds, the showering situation, all of that, is the one flew over the cuckoo's nest stuff. It's like all of that serves as the template, and it's good because it's interesting to see it because now there's finally a movement to shit. Is you're asking for trouble, right? And Scientology is one group that's still holding on to the dorms and the communal conditions and the permissions. And we're almost advancing in the name of human rights that we're realizing that we shouldn't do that. But some organizations still do. I don't know, South Australia, Atoll Island? Yeah, all right, yeah. I know you're a little tired. You can come in. And then I'll recap probably the end. I just want to and just let you know I was also safe in case I wasn't worried. I don't know if anybody was, but in case anybody was worried. Like that one. Yeah, that was a fascinating